And it was so quiet. It was so quiet in there. And that was actually one of the best feelings ever because it was extra loud. They were like, kill him, ah, ah. But then after he got put to sleep, it was extra quiet. You could hear everybody talking, whispering. Yeah, I love this.
Man. Smelling salts.
Oh yeah, he was like, he asked his coach, he was like, did I win? His coach was like, nah, not this one, man, not this one. But wait, after the fight, a couple weeks passed, we best friends now. He come down to train with me. We hang out.
That's like little kids, you know, they had that fight. That's how they become friends.
Exactly. Back in the day. Exactly. Back in the day.
So when I go to Columbus, he from Columbus, so I go up there and hang out with him. We see each other a lot, so.
That's cool.
We got a good friendship now.
Okay. Now we were talking before the break, during the break. How's your mom handle all this?
My
Mama!
Big shouts out to Crystal.
She's supportive. You know, she rather me do professional boxing, but she knows that's what I like to do, so she shows up. First couple fights, she was, I had her hands over her face, like, oh, I can't do this, I can't watch. I can't watch. Now, as the fights progressed, you could just see her hands breaking loose. It's like the little progress. Now she's, oh my God, hurt him. I'm like,
she into it now?
Yeah, she into it now. She know I train for it. She know I do everything possible to get prepared for it.
So if y'all just tuning in, we have my boy Charlie Stanford, the MMA fighter. So I know you just got off a big fight. Mm-hmm. When you came to church, your mom was telling me about you had won this big fight. So how was that fight? Who was it against, and who did you fight next?
I was actually supposed to fight. I can't remember his name, but he was from Clarksville, Tennessee, and he got medically suspended. So they had to find me a whole new person within a week. And so they asked me, like, are you still going to fight? And I had already told all my fans, and since I was like, because it was in my hometown at NKU. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'll fight, man. I already told everybody I'll be here. I sold tickets. I'm in shape. I don't care who it is. They all the same to me. So
and that's one of the good things about not watching, because then you would have wasted all your time.
Yeah, I would have wasted all my time trying to get ready for that dude.
You got to fight somewhere else.
But instead of like training like I usually, since the way I train, I just train for everything. I mean, my boxing, I feel like that'll carry is not. I don't have to spend as much time boxing. Excuse me. I don't spend as much time boxing as I have to do with wrestling or jiu-jitsu because that's what I like to do. I'm comfortable there. So, I mean, them finding me a person in a week wasn't really a big deal to me. Mm-hmm. So they found me Doug Ballinger. He from Crenton, and he came down, and he was cool, but he was like in the laughing matter, like, oh, we're gonna fight, but I had changed my whole like persona. I was like, no, you're gonna get hurt. So I told him because I know, because I trained. I had a nutritionist. I felt great. I was doing hill sprints that morning. I was like, yeah, he about to get hurt. I called my coach ASAP. As soon as I did like my 24th hill sprint, I was like, yep, this ain't gonna last long tonight, guys. We're gonna make this happen. Ended up being 2 minutes, so it was a fun time. It was a good win to get back to my city after coming off the loss I had the last time. So we just trying to see what's next now. Maybe a professional boxing fight. Be my second one. I'm undefeated in boxing. So
professional boxing.
Yeah, I did boxing too in Columbus. I fought at the Arnold's.
What weight?
145.
So 145 should be your weight.
So boxing is your.
I love to box people.
So if I was fighting you, and I say, all right, dude can box. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab him all the time. I'm gonna wrestle him all the time.
Exactly.
So what do you do to defend that? If somebody just want to wrestle all the time, and then like, oh, they ain't even really boxing. They ain't really boxing. They just they're trying to slam me and stuff like that and get me down and pin me. Gracie, that's how that dude used to do.
Gracie was the man. He changed everything. People didn't even want to go to the ground after him But you know, I hired a wrestling coach. I started taking that part like I did my boxing. I show more pride in my wrestling and in my jiu-jitsu. So just in case, because I knew most people weren't going to stand anyway. They were going to go to the ground. So I just worked on my wrestling, and it showed the last fight. He tried to take me down, and I literally laughed at him. I was like, you better try something else, because that's not going to work. He pulled guard. You know, he grabbed me and fell down. I was like, that was even worse. And it was, you know, it was 30 seconds after that, he was tapping out, so.
So it could get frustrating. Do you get bored in there? You feel like this guy, if you can't get to the point where you can get your best ability to win this fight, if someone is still like wrestling and you really don't want to wrestle, you just, I want to knock this dude out. But if they keep grabbing you and falling down, just like you were saying, then sometimes do you get bored, or you got to stay focused on what you're doing?
Or do you get frustrated?
I got let me go. Let me go. You know, I'm trying to elbow him to get him off me, and he just holding on, riding out that time. I was like, oh. And it was just so frustrating. After that, I was like, I'm going to change everything. I'm not doing that like that anymore. That was embarrassing. And that was in my hometown, too. That's why I made sure I showed up this time, so.
Are you a fan of what you do? Do you watch a lot of, I know you said you don't really study fighters, but if it's a big fight on TV or something like that, are you into the names and know everybody and like to watch it also to see what they're doing? Or
I'll watch it like
or do you
week.
Imitate anybody out there right now?
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor? Who is that now? He's like a heavyweight?
Conor McGregor is an Irish-born fighter in the UFC. He fights 145 too. So he my height. He might be a little bit bigger. I think he cut a little bit more weight than I do. But his style is just like he just walks forward, It's like it feels like I'm watching myself sometimes. But he just got like a lot of more flashy kicks. But he walks forward. He never retreats. He say what's on his mind everywhere. Doesn't matter where it's at. If he has something to say.
Wait a minute, is that the crazy guy with the glasses?
Yes.
He's about to have a fight coming up. That's his name?
That is Conor McGregor.
Okay. I just seen it in the commercial. Okay.
That is my favorite dude in the world. Him and John Jones. I like John Jones, and I like I like Ronda Rousey too. So y'all saw what happened to her, but she'll come back.
It happens to the best of us. I thought, I can't even think of his name. Anderson
Silva.
I was like, can't nobody beat this dude. And then he got split. So he broke his leg.
Yeah, he broke his leg the second fight.
Yeah, so
that was bad.
But this, I used to work at dealers a long time ago, and these people, a lot of these guys were like, oh, you don't know who this is? Like, it was MMA fighters or UFC fighters, and they was coming in buying this top-out gear.
Yeah.
And so the dude from here that Anderson Silva beat up.
Rich Franklin.
Yes. So they're like, oh, they got mad at me. You don't know who that is? I'm like, no, I don't know who that is. Like, he's like, yeah, he used to teach me, and he used to be a teacher or whatever. Yeah. And Anderson Silva swole me.
Yeah.
Swole me.
It was bad because that dude is one of the nicest dudes I ever met in my life.
Who's that?
Rich Franklin.
Oh, yeah.
One of the nicest dudes. Like, he'll be out, just enjoying himself, and, people will run up, hey, can I get an autograph? And instead of saying, I'm hanging out, he'll be like, oh, yeah, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I want to be like that, man. Like, whatever he was doing, he could be eating. He'll put his food down, sign it, because he appreciate the fans.
Right.
They the ones that buy all your tickets,
right?
All your shirts, everything. So
yeah,
you gotta compromise. You gotta make it happen.
That's good. It's good that you see that and recognize that. So what's your ultimate goal? Like, do you want to be on these video games, or what's your ultimate goal or is it just winning a certain belt or anything like that?
I want to be the world champion in the UFC.
In the UFC?
Yeah, I know I still got time to grow and learn, and but boy, I'm enjoying the ride so far. Like it's.
You gonna do it, man. You gonna do it. Know why? Because you're on this show. And you about not forget about it. And this show's like the airport. You about to take off. I'm telling you, bruh.
I'm ready for it.
You gotta take off, man. So, so what if that day come and you like the champion of the UFC? How would you feel? What would you do?
I'm gonna take my mom out to we gonna go to some different country. We gonna leave the U.S. for a couple weeks. I know that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go enjoy ourselves because she always been there for me.
Right.
Whatever I wanted to do, she never was like, "Oh, don't do that."
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, you want to do that? I know you can do that."
Right.
Ever since high school, every time I wanted to do something, I know you can do that.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And I didn't really have a lot of people besides my mom, so her being at all my fights always boosted up. I always be like, "Oh, somebody getting hurt today." My mom showed up.
Right.
You know, I don't like to lose in front of my mom ever.
Right.
Ever.
No, that's right.
Even though she don't care that I lose, she'll still be there, but
Yeah, that's a pride thing.
Right.
I gotta make it happen in front of her. Like,
Now, how's everybody been? Your fan base, how's that been working? Has it been just social media or anything like that?
well, mostly social media, like my Instagram, my fan page on Facebook is Charlie the Trinity Stanford on Facebook.
Say that again.
Charlie the Trinity Stanford on Facebook,
Trinity.
and then Instagram is the Trinity MMA. So I mean, I got like a select following in Cincinnati. You know, that's where all my fans is. I got fans at other places where I fought like the hometown dudes.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, this dude he's good, man. We like him." So you know, I got those type of fans, but my main fans are here because that's where I made my most of my mark is here. So I love fighting when I'm here. I like to fight here, but beating up the hometown dudes, that's always fun too.
How they promote your fights? How can I come to your next fight? How would I know about it? Would it just be on social media? Anything else?
I got a website too. That's the TrinityMMA.com. I always post all my fights I have leading up to there. I put them on Instagram and on my fan page to let everybody know. But sometimes I even share if I'm fighting for a promotion, I would share a promotion's website too, and that's where they like usually put out the stuff, our videos, the promos we do, all that stuff. So, you know, I usually share it around, so make sure everybody know. Or my mom tell everybody, she starts screaming, "Oh, he's fighting!"
Right.
So
Do you have a new fight lined up?
it's in the works, but it's looking like I'm gonna fight January 29th. And it's going to be a boxing fight, my second career boxing fight. So,
What's the venue? Can you?
The BBT Arena over there by NKU.
Yep.
So it's gonna be there for sure. But that's what it's looking like right now. It's January 29th, and I'm going to be boxing.
You definitely got to remind us because I want to check out one of your fights, man.
Now, when you box, obviously you have to train differently.
Yeah.
Right. Do you ever go to boxing try to kick or grab somebody? Like, what up?
Actually, that's a funny story because my first boxing
Ain't that what
fight,
you want to ask them? Yeah, because that's crazy. That's what I was thinking. Like,
Because it's like it becomes second nature sometimes.
Yeah, it do. But my coach and everybody was like, "I'll give him about 1 minute. He gonna kick this dude in the head." But I don't know. Actually, I think when you got like the boxing shoes on, because I never kick when I have my wrestling shoes or whatever on. I think that's what made me not kick him, honestly, because I felt like kicking him a couple. But I had my boxing shoes on, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you can't kick." But then when I realized he couldn't kick me or knee me, I was like, "Oh, never mind. Forget this. Dude. It's gonna be fun." But so it's a good thing. I'm usually fine when the boxing fights happen. I don't usually kick.
The MMA, that's that's two boxing fights.
Yeah.
is this under the same like contract, or you do like separate contracts? With
It's
MMA?
separate.
Oh, okay.
It's separate. They did it that night too.
Right.
They did it. They took some dude's pay, but when I saw him warming up, I knew he was gonna get beat up. Like I could just tell he was like an MMA that probably didn't know boxing. He probably just grappled the whole time. I think they just called him in like, hey, we want you to box, and he just came down here. Cause I already knew. I told my coach like, oh, he about to get beat up. But they took his pay. But that wasn't his fault because he couldn't box. That was just the promoter. She shouldn't have told him to come down here.
How many fights be on one card? Like this fight coming up, do you know?
In MMA, the cards are usually, I want to say, 14 fights.
Really?
Yeah, they usually have pro fighters headliner fights. Boxing, I think sometimes it's about eight-ish.
About half of them.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
So,
I was saying because you don't even tell because you only usually see 3 on TV.
Right.
But they
Yeah.
have. But I don't know if you ever noticed like if you have like a Saturday, NBC will have like 3 fights, and then the pay-per-view will be 3 fights.
yeah.
And before that, they have the preliminary fights.
Right.
That are before the even NBC or
Like
the national
Floyd's
stuff.
fights, you only see like the two fights of like Floyd fighting, it'd be Floyd and another person, but they got a lot of more fights underneath
yeah,
that.
Yeah. A lot of
So,
people don't know that.
Yeah, they don't.
I know now, like on Bounce TV, they got boxing on there, and they got a lot of fights and stuff like that.
I think Jay-Z owned that.
Really?
I know he owned one on BET for sure. Forgot what it was called. I think it's Rocka Sports or something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, because I know Ludacris does the promotion of it.
Oh, do we?
On Bounce TV.
Oh, I
so,
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, speaking of TV, would you? Is there still a MMA reality show or anything like that?
Yeah, they got.
Do you like it, or do you think it's how you feel about it?
I like it, but I'm like a homebody. You have to be away for like 8 weeks, and you got to live inside the house for 8 weeks with like 16 dudes.
Right.
It's the old boxing. Okay, we're taking you away from everything,
Yeah,
and you have to focus on this, and this. And it's like a. And I don't know, someone like Mike Tyson's gonna need that so he doesn't get distracted. But it depends on person's personality. I know Larry Donald's a boxer; he probably needed that because he would get distracted. He's a heavyweight fought here.
Yeah, it's just like all the personalities coming together. So
Yeah.
I would do it because that's just that's a chance of a lifetime. So I'll definitely do it, but I just don't like being around a lot of people like that. I like to be in my little own world. I'll go to training, but I like to go home and be just with my son and just relax.
Right.
So when you train, you train, but you don't go away from your family and train.
I did that once. I did it once, and I'm gonna start doing it again. But I'll just love my gym here, But as I progress in my career, you gotta like start training with like higher dudes. You can't be like the dude that just beat everybody up. You gotta start going where you get beat up, and that's what I did when I had one of my fights. I went to America Top Team in Florida, and it was fantastic. I loved it, but I ate a different place because it was just too many beautiful people there.
But so you were getting distracted. But
I was getting distracted. I was like, tell them I don't want to fight no more. I'm just gonna stay here.
but you're right. So that when you have when you're trying to progress,
Get better, yeah.
you can't get better with the people you already beat all the
Yeah.
time. You got to have people push you and learn some. Because you learn from your mistakes.
That's
So
crazy.
the no-name movies.
Right.
He was in the
He's in a movie. I was like, I never even heard of this movie.
what's that one movie with Arnold and Sylvester Stallone? And
Expendables.
yeah, he was in that. Yeah,
So
with
they put
Ronda
everybody
Rousey
in
and all
Expendables.
those.
All them
Yeah.
60-year-olds.
Yeah, they put all the old dudes together, made it happen. And Antonio Banderas, I didn't know they was gonna put him in it, but
Oh, boy.
they put him in it too. So
They just throw
Put
anybody.
some
in.
movies.
He's like, he played Assassins with Sylvester Stallone. That's how he got in.
Right.
that was a good movie. That was one of my favorite movies too. That's my mom's fault.
What's that?
Assassins.
Assassins?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the movie, the dude playing Creed, Apollo Creed, so that's
Yeah, that looked interesting too.
Yeah, so a lot of things. I think then they just had a movie too about a UFC fighter or something like that. I forgot what the name of it was, but everybody it got pretty good reviews on it and stuff. I forget the name of it, but I just think like with how MMA? Where do you want to see it right now?
I mean, it looked like it's getting a lot bigger. Just by the last show we had promos. They had when you after the fights, you had to go in the back and do interviews. We had to do interviews before the fights. They had our name in the little jumbotron with our pictures. They had like the smoke. I was just like, wow. And I fought for that. I fought for this organization at least 5 times. And before they were like in little bars, in bars, everybody standing around. Now they're in arenas. And,
so you can
with
see
jumbotrons.
Right.
So what belt did you win?
I won 3 amateur belts. I won the UFC featherweight belt, and then I won an MMA featherweight belt, and then I won another NFC belt. That's the one I defended against Zach Cook. So I got 3 of them.
Where they at? Why you couldn't bring them in today?
My coach,
I'm the faulty for the belt right here.
my coach be hanging them up and stuff. It's in the gym. It stays in the gym. He let us take it home 1 week.
Yeah.
But it's hanging. I got a couple banners hanging in there. That's my second home. I'm there all the time.
That's good, man.
Every
I'm proud
day.
of you, man. I want to come and see one of your fights, man.
January 29th, BBT.
Right, hey, and because your mother used to talk about you all the time. I know Jasmine and your other sister, but I never met you until you came to church. So she used to always brag on you and stuff like that. She was like, I want him to be on your TV show. So I'm a man of my word. So I think we're gonna go to a break. Right now, we with Charles Stanford, the MMA fighter. The boy is back. The boy back.
And when we come back, we're going to ask about this tattoo.
Yeah, man. So, I definitely want to check out one of your fights.
Oh, I got like the little perfect
I
highlight
just so busy, man. Like, only day, Fridays, like, it's really my day. I'm not busy, man. But, yeah, I like, I think I hit you up too. We sell smoothies.
Yeah, I saw
you
that.
need to come too.
I saw that. Like, as soon as I got like the picture, my son, I can drink it now. I tasted it the last time, but I couldn't like really enjoy it.
What's your diet? Like, why you can't just drink a smoothie?
When you had those, I was cutting out all my sweets and everything.
No sugar. I was just
eat. Oh, was it?
No, that's veggie. We got it's just fruits and veggies.
Oh, I thought it had.
Well, the fruits have sugar. So
fruits already got sugar already in it, but that's the good sugar that you could consume.
Yeah, but sometimes a lot of people have to stay away from orange juice, pure orange, and stuff like that because of sugars, diabetes. They have to stay away from fruits.
I was cutting out all my sodium, cutting the weight off, like dropping my weight. So.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that too. All right, we'll come back. We got to go quick. And we're back with Barry's Poetic Session. We're here with Charlie Stanford and MMA fighter tattooed up. What's the tattoos you got there?
And I'm a very religious person, so as you probably know that because of my mom. We grew up in the church, and I haven't been going lately, but I just started going back. I love it, so I'm gonna I'll be there this Sunday. Don't let her tell you I've been missing on purpose, cause that'd be her. I call her all the time. But anyway, I got my little Trinity symbol right here, and then my praying hands, and I just love. Got a couple tattoos right here, but I like a lion because I'm a Leo. My birthday in August, and I got Elite for one of my best friends that died. He was one of my trainers. He died 2 years ago. So
sorry.
What was his name?
His name was Will Martin.
Will Martin.
Big dude, 6'4" bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And that was like one of my best friends. So I got his little company on my chest, and I put his company on my shorts too every fight. So
cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Keep him close.
Wow, that's right. And then back to fighting. When you go to fight and you gotta make weight, what do you have to do in order to make weight? And is that why you went from 135 to 145?
Yeah, because I was just cutting. I was cutting like almost 35 pounds to get to 35, and it it was just taking out my energy during the fight. So I just went up to 45. But you have to we got like this little schedule. I do 2 gallons of water a day. I started my diet with like tuna, chicken, brown rice. I got a nutritionist. She make my green beans and all that stuff now, so I can still eat. And the last week, I go from 2 gallons and I go to like 1 gallon, then a half, and then I just stop. And with that, you just tricking your body with the water. You expand the water expands the body, so it makes you feel full. And then when you start to cut it out, your stomach shrinks as you put a lot of water in it, so it shrinks, and you just sweat the water out. And the last day, I gotta do maybe 30 minutes in the sauna, so I'm at 45. And after that, you can just eat. You start eating again, getting some drinks in you, and you put the weight back on. I usually put back on 20 pounds. So,
wow, you dropped that much?
Around what?
I walk around about 160, 167.
Oh,
so,
okay.
but 167 and then cutting down to 35, it hurts.
That's a bit much.
Yeah, it drains you. So I was like, I'll just do 45. And I feel strong there, and it's just, I just feel a lot comfortable.
Now 155 you wouldn't be able to do that one.
I could, but they some big dudes. They some big dudes. They cut from 190. Wow. So, they probably get extra big, and I'll still be like 160 maybe during the fight, and they'll be 185. Yeah.
Is there any time you ever didn't make weight? Or you ever heard of that happen?
I mean, it happens a lot, actually.
Really?
It happens a lot, mainly in amateur, sometimes in pro, but not as much as pro, because if you, in the contract, you got to pay 10% of each pound that you miss. Wow. So, I mean, sometimes if you miss a lot of weight, you can come in there and be fighting for free, and you still have to fight because you signed a contract. And if you don't fight, you can get suspended 6 months to a year, so you don't want to do.
You ain't missing.
Yeah,
you ain't missing that weight.
You don't really want to miss weight because then you start to miss out on money and all that. So it don't happen as much as pros as it do in amateurs. So
that's what's up. Now, how can we get in touch with you? Find out fights and things like that again, and get your shout outs.
I got on my Twitter. It's the Trinity MMA. My Instagram is the Trinity MMA. I got a website, thetrinitymma.com. I post all my fights that's leading up, pictures, videos. On Facebook, you can look up Charlie the Trinity Stanford, and then I post a lot of stuff on there too about my fights that's coming up. And and post this stuff. Take a couple pictures here and then post that on there too.
And we're gonna have that on Instagram and our Facebook page. Hit you up, man, and promote you. So, you got any shout outs or anything?
Cincinnati, man. They always make me feel special during my fights. I want to thank my mom.
I was like, you better say mine.
I gotta thank my mom. She always there, man. Like I said, whatever I want to do, she just, I know you can do it. Even probably in her head, when I first told her that I was gonna fight, she probably was like, "You don't never fight," but she didn't say that. She was like, "Oh, I know you can do it. You'll be the best." So I want to thank her. She's always in my corner. I want to thank my teammates from G-Force. All my trainer partners I have, because I train at a lot of schools. All my trainer partners that helped me lead up to my fights, and thank you guys for having me on here, man. It's been a blast.
And the little one?
Hell yeah, my little baby, but sometimes he a jerk sometimes, especially if you lose. He one time he hit me with I came home and I had just lost to us, so I was still heartbroken. And he was like, "Did you win?" I was like, "Nah, Dad didn't win this time, but why?" I'm like, dang, man.
Shock you into reality, man. Wake up.
Go in your room. So,
We're gonna wait till these bells go on. fighting bill.
That's the Jerry Springer fighting bill.
Springer. Hey,
Oh, wow.
so, hey, real quick, how about your son? If he say he wanted to fight, would you be supportive? Like,
He already said it.
did he?
He already said
He's
it.
too young right now. He
I know, but what he
I mean,
said.
I'm just saying, he
Yeah,
really
oh
don't
no,
know. He really don't know.
I'm gonna put him in wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and I trained with him a couple times with the boxing and stuff, but he like it.
How old is he?
He's 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he told me probably like a year ago. He was like, I want to be a champion like you. That's when I had my belt with me. He's
Yeah.
like, I want to be a champion like you, and I was like, oh, that's cute. I love it, man. Let's make that happen. We can make that happen.
All right, man. If you got any more shout outs or anything?
I'm good.
And a blessed show. So, if all minds are clear, we're going to pray out. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for today, for the angels of laughter. We thank you for our brother Charlie, Lord, that you will continue to be with him, enlarge his territory. Lord, make him be who you say he's going to be, and let him always give you the glory. We ask you to just keep him well-rounded, Lord. Continue to let him know where he came from. Lord, I see him doing great things, Lord. And let young people want to inspire to do positive things like he's doing. Lord, we ask you to pray, protect him when he travels, and protect his family when he's gone. And we ask you to just bless him so he can be a blessing to others, physically, mentally, and spiritually. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Yo!
And we'll see you next
You
time.
about to hand wrestle real quick, dude. Come on, monster.
We'll see you next time. Very poetic session.
Look, y'all, look. This dude, how he faking, man.
I told you,
Come on,
it's
man.
the pizzas, man. It's the pizzas.
Hold on.